Hello, welcome to part 3 of my summer project vlog from summer 2021. So far, we are most of the way through the week. We've had some exciting times in terms of having a partial solar eclipse. We've learned how to use Git and GitHub. We've read a lot of papers. We've done quite a lot so far. This is the third part of the series for this week, and I promise this is the last one for this week. I will actually cut it down for next week, I hope. Hopefully at most 2, I don't know, I've not looked at the footage yet, but hopefully you're enjoying this. I will just pass back to Past Thomas, who is doing things far more interesting than sitting here editing. Good morning, it is now actually almost lunchtime on Friday. I've done no work yet. The reason I've not done any work is not because I've had a lie-in, although I did a wee bit, but the reason I've not done any work yet is because I've been in a meeting. So although I'm doing my project, I'm also currently the school president-elect for the School of Physics and Astronomy here in St Andrews. This is a elected role where basically you're the primary academic representative for students in the School of Physics and Astronomy. So what this means is I have a lot of meetings to go to. This was one of them. I can't tell you anything about it because confidentiality around certain meetings. But this is something that does impact on the amount of time I have for things. The meeting actually overran, but it's important meetings, but it does mean I've not done anything yet. What I have now done is swapped into Linux. The reason that I'm swapping into Linux is because I'm working in Linux, running Fortran, which is what a lot of this code is based on, in Windows. How do I put this? It's terrible. Yeah, it just doesn't, it doesn't really work using Linux or actually something like Mac, anything Unix based. The reason I use Linux is because I have not got a Mac and I refuse to pay the extra money for a Mac. So I just drove it into Linux because it's free. This is the justification used for a lot of things in Linux is, it's free. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load into that. I'm going to then grab my lunch quickly and then get to work on trying to fix these simulation running things. There's something my computer isn't managing to find that I need to work out how to get to work again. Well, get to work in the first place. Otherwise, running these simulations is a pain and I have to keep downloading things manually. Another meeting with my supervisor. Yeah, it's not scheduled, but it's the time I was given was sometime after 4 o'clock to just chat through things because he's not going to be here on Monday. So I need to meet with him late this afternoon to basically work out what I'm doing on Monday because, well, I need something to do. Also, yes, I am working this 9 to 5 ish. I'm not working weekends. I'm leaving weekends for things like YouTube and for Twitch, which if you're not watching, again, link in the description. The other exciting thing that happened last night was I was added to the Microsoft team for the Star Formation research group. So in research in universities, you don't work on your own. Well, you kind of do. It's independent research, but you work in a group, so you've got other people you can bounce ideas off and go and ask questions. And this is it. Research is collaborative. It's not just like, here, go do some work on your own. You can ask questions, you can talk through things with people. It's a research group, all working on independent but roughly similar things. So while I might be working on simulating supernovae, someone else might be simulating, for example, I don't know, the final stages of a star before it goes supernova, and that sort of thing. So that's really cool, and I've been invited along to the group meetings where people sort of get updates on their progress, what they're doing, ask for help, essentially, and can discuss them with the rest of the research group. My next one for that is not for another week, it's a week on Monday, so it's a week and a bit, actually. The last one was the Monday I started, but there was no point in me going to the group meeting on my first day. That was just pointless. So, next group meeting, week on Monday. It's going to be scary, but it's fine. I'm getting to know people in the physics department. It's wonderful. Anyway, I'm going to get my lunch and then get to work on these simulations. So yeah, I had my lunch. I'm currently running a simulation, the turbulent box one that I was talking about yesterday, but at a higher resolution level. It's running very, very slowly. But at this point, it's been running for so long that I'm just going to let it finish. It's going to take a really long time. Fortunately, because Phantom, the software, the code that I'm running, because it's not particularly memory intensive, it means that I can run it and still do other things on the computer, so it's fine, I can just keep running it. I've even been able to run some other simulations while it's running, sort of smaller scale, lower res ones. I'm currently waiting on an email back from James, one of the postdocs in the group, because it's been suggested that I should run a sort of thermal energy only simulation of a supernova, which isn't the most accurate. We want to have thermal and kinetic energy in, but just as a sort of a starting point to see where we're at with the thermal stuff only. I'm not entirely sure which simulation it is that I'm meant to be running. I think it's this one called Balsara Kim, named after the authors of the paper that came up with this idea. But I'm not entirely sure if I'm running it correctly, and even if I am, I'm not entirely sure I'm outputting the right stuff. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. I'm waiting on an email back from him, and in the meantime, I'm looking at microphones. The first thing I want to get is a new boom arm for my microphone for Twitch, because, well, let me show you. Basically, this is what I'm currently using, which is a blue snowball. I've got a pop filter. That's really dark. Okay, we can just have slightly weirder shutter speed at the minute. Yeah, I'm using this at the minute, which is a blue snowball with a pop filter on just the normal stand that came with it. It's a bit crap. You get bumps and noises, and I have to have the noise reduction on and everything really cranked quite high in Streamlabs, and I don't like that. I want to be able to have a boom arm to get it up off the desk and a bit closer to my mouth, so I don't have to crank the audio quite as much. And once I've got that, then I'd like to go to an XLR mic rather than USB and have an interface with my computer. But that's not really the topic of this video. This is meant to be about a summer project, not about microphones for Twitch streams. So that's kind of where we're at this point. I'm going to call my supervisor on Twitch. Twitch. Right, not Twitch. I'm going to call my supervisor on Teams later this afternoon after he's finished his meetings. Yeah, God. Calling him on Twitch, jeez. Right, yeah, I'm going to call him later just to find out what I'm doing on Monday, because he'll not be in, and yeah. I'll let you know if this simulation ever finishes, or if I get anywhere with the Supernova thermal energy only simulation. Calling him on Twitch. Okay, so that is us now at the end of Friday. It's now well after 5 o'clock. I'm just finished recording this sort of last wee section of this video. Thank you for sticking with me this week. This project is going to be 6 weeks long, so there will be more videos to come. Hope you've enjoyed this first week of the project. I certainly have, and hopefully it's given you a little bit of an insight into what a summer project is like. It's a bit different from normal study because it's not a class syllabus to follow. There's not a you must do XYZ thing. This is very much we have this task to do. At the minute I'm in the sort of learning to do the thing before I can do the thing. But you know, it's kind of good. So hopefully you'll come and join me in the following vlogs about this. I'll be able to tell you a bit more about what I'm doing once I understand it a bit more, and once I start doing stuff that's new, because there'll be some of the stuff that hasn't been done before. So that's really exciting. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, please drop a like down below and leave a comment. Tell me if you've done research before, or if research is something you're interested in. If you've done research before, tell me, what have you been doing? If you'd like to be notified about the future videos in this series of me doing a research project, then please hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, you'll be notified of those future videos. In the meantime though, I've been Thomas Hill. This has been one hell of a week so far, and I will see you next week. Bye.